Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Pages and Me. My name is Jolene, and in this video I am going to talk about books that I read in June. So this is the June wrap up. First of all, I'm going to start with the books that I read as an ebook, so I don't forget that. So the first ebook I read was The Demon's Captive, and I got that as an e-arc. She only asked to put a review on Goodreads, so I did that. I did a big review of it. The Demon's Captive, I don't know if you saw that on TikTok, but it is someone writes about like the 12 Barbie sisters who are ballet dancers, and she takes some inspiration from there on. So also 12 sisters, they also do ballet, but it's not like the main thing, it's more like a hobby, something like that. And her dad sold her for money to someone very important, an old man, and she gets captured by the demon king and then she lives with him, and they actually she just got captured to get his sister back. Long story short, I liked it. Very fast paced. The ending for me was a little bit rushed. So, but overall I can recommend it. Then the next book I read was Death Row by, what's it called? From the Housemaid is Watching and The Housemaid's Secret. That one, that was, I think, an Amazon only little book. It was less than 60 pages, if I'm correct. It was okay, not my favorite. You don't need to read it. It doesn't really give you something. I can spoil it for you, but maybe that's not a really good idea. It just is a very short book, 60 pages. Then the last ebook I read, I only read 3, was Tales from the Front, and that was from the Lezakova, one of her series, The Air Awakens, and that's like book 3.5. For me, that was totally, it was okay to read, but I didn't love it. Well, love it. You don't need to read it. If you don't have it, you don't need to buy it. I didn't like it as much. For me, it was okay to not have read it, and I think I liked the story more, I think, if I didn't have read it. So, well, I don't recommend it. No, you don't have to read it. No. Then, for a challenge like completing series that I once started, The Spinning Wheel, chose the Off Campus, and the last book I need to read was The Legacy from Elle Kennedy. I didn't like this book. For me, this was a big no. I only liked actually the deal from the books that was there. The other ones are like going down in ratings and story writing, and for me this is a no. I know a lot of people like it, but for me, no, I hated it. Then we have this one, King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, and I needed to read a book with a K. I chose first another book for this letter K, but then I thought, why not choose a book that's on my spring TBR, so I can try to read as many of those books I put on there. So we have this one. It was okay. So I always thought you just needed to read the first 3 books, and then War Store was like an after something written, but with how this ends, you do need to read Warstorm, if I'm correctly. Then I read Aragon, and a lot of people loved it, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't like it as much, and I'm kind of feel bad that I have book 2, 3 and 4 as well. I think I'm still will try to read book 2 and then decide if I like it or not. If I don't like it, I think I will unhaul all the books. I don't need to keep it, even though it's like such a loved story. So for me that was a no. I don't know why exactly. I think it's just that I have read so many other fantasy books that for me it was like not as good written or not a really good storytelling. It was missing a lot for me. Like that takes you into a story. I didn't have that with Aragon. Yeah, no, for me it was a no. Then I have read this one, Stad van Verloren Zielen, so book 5 in the Mortal Instruments. This is the Dutch version. It was okay. I liked it more than book 4. I am currently reading book 6. Do I have to? Yeah, it's just something that you need to read. There are some good parts in here. It's just I feel like book 1 was like a really good, and then this is like going down a little bit. But I also feel like once I've finished, well, the first time reading it, like maybe next year I need to read it completely and more like immersive and do some tabs like annotating, so maybe then I will like it more. So for now I think I gave it like 3 or 4 stars. Not a bad rating, I expected more of it. It's not like the Netflix series. There are little things that are the same, like the names, but the story is completely different. Maybe that's why I'm so confused by it, because I always watched the series and the movie that I have, and then now I'm reading it and it's like it's not connecting. No, it's like I think I just wanted to look so like this series that I now found it very confused about what is happening, and it's not taking me as much. So maybe when I reread everything, it will be better. Then I also read this one, the Tattooer of Auschwitz. This is the Dutch version, and this is a true story. And this is about the tattooer of Auschwitz who survived, and he's telling his story after his wife died, who he also met in the concentration camp. It took him 3 years to actually like really tell his story, and you see it at the end. He tells a little bit about what his wife would have like lived through, I think, because they talk about it, but that part is felt like very rushed and like not as in detail, but that's logically because it wasn't him who went through it, it was his wife. He got in the end a happy ending, and I know his wife found family, but I don't know if he found his family. But yeah, I actually really like this. My mom asked about reading this one as well, so afterwards I will give it to her. Don't know if she will read it. Probably not. There's also, I think, either a movie or a little series, like few episodes about this. So my mom said you should watch it. It's very emotional, so maybe I will do that. Then I have also read this one, The Dinner Test, from Amy Carter, and when I bought it I was like, this is probably an haul. I won't like it, but this is actually, for me, I think, quite a good book. It is YA, very YA, and I also didn't like that all her friends and the people she met are actually gods, and they have to decide if she can also become a god, like immortal or not. And that was the only thing that I didn't like. Like, everyone she met was just a god. So no, but aside from that, yes. So I think I give it 4 stars. I may find the other 2 books from the library or something like that. Maybe when I find this second hand, because this is second hand, but I will buy it as well. And then the first book I actually finished was Bloodlines from Rachel Mead, and I once bought book 1, 2 and 3 in Dutch from Vinted, and when I was really tired I didn't pick up the English version but the Dutch version, and then I go through it faster. But this is the English version. I also listened to the audiobook in English and was reading with it, so I did like switching from Dutch to English with the audiobook or something like, yeah. I also have the other books over here as well. I was thinking about like completing maybe this series in 2026, but now I feel like I'm a bit out of the universe. Like, my main goal was to finally finish Vampire Academy, so the series that's going before the Bloodlines series, and I did. I loved it. It was amazing. And then now I'm reading this one, and well, I feel like a little bit burnt out, so I had to take a break from it. And I don't know if I will read the next few books, maybe a little bit later in the year, but I don't think it will be for this month or the next month. So yeah, and that was the last book. Let me show you all the books that I read. I have read 7 physical books, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7 physical books and 3 audiobooks, so 10 in total. Yes, so not a bad month, really good. But yeah, I still am going. I need to read more physical books for my 100 goal. For 100 physical books in 2026, those are on here. I will not read all of those books, I can already tell you, but I can still try to read as many physical books that I have on my shelves. So I think this is it for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.